What's up, everybody? Today we are going to take the car to the hobby shop and see if we can figure out what the heck is wrong with my brakes. As many of you already know, I am in the military. I'm in the Air Force. I'm over here stationed at Kadena Air Base in Okinawa, Japan. And one of the cool things about being in the military is they have a lot of extra things, little benefits for you. So on base we have our own auto hobby shop where you can take your car and they have lifts there already provided that you can use at your own will. They charge an hourly rate for the lift. I think it's only like $3.50 or $4 an hour, but you get that lift all to yourself to use by yourself, pretty much unsupervised. So it's really nice being able to have that and not have to be in a hot parking lot with the car jacked up. But on to what's wrong with the GTR is I put new brake pads and rotors on it about 3 months ago maybe, and the front driver's side brake is making a weird noise. It almost sounds like the little metal wear indicator might be already rubbing against the rotor, which would be really weird because I've only had them on there for 3 months and I haven't really done a whole lot of hard driving with them on there. So I'm interested to take the wheel off and get the brakes apart to try to figure out what's wrong with the car. Let me see if I can try to get this brake noise on camera. That sounded terrible. Well, this started out as me just going to the hobby shop to try to fix the brakes, but now we obviously have a way more serious problem. So the car won't start now. I'm really not sure what it is. That sounded really bad. I winded it out just a little bit in first gear just so I could get up to speed and then pop it into neutral and brake so you guys could hear the brakes messing up. And you guys heard the brakes mess up, but then that awful noise afterwards, I don't know what that was. I'm gonna get out and see if I can push this out of the way a little bit because I'm kind of in the middle of the road still. I really hope it's not the motor. That's gonna be a pretty expensive fix if it's the motor. I think RB26s over here usually go for $2,000 to $2,500. Transmission, hopefully it could be something with that. I really don't know. Like I said, I'm not the most mechanically inclined person, but if it is that, that's a lot cheaper of a fix. When I try to turn it over, it does make a pretty awful noise, and I'm not gonna try it again just because I wanna wait until Nismo gets here and I can get an opinion from him and potentially continue to mess up the motor if I keep trying to turn it over. So we'll see. I'm gonna walk upstairs and get my tools that I have here at the house and wait on him. Please don't be dead, baby. Y'all know Nismo from a couple of my other videos. He is the guy that drives the white R33 GTR. He was a Nissan mechanic before he came in, so he's really knowledgeable on these cars, and he does a little side business here on base and works on people's cars, and he's helped me plenty of times before. So he's on his way over here now, and I'm gonna try to get his opinion on what we need to do before I make a decision if we need to tow it to the hobby shop or if it might be just something I'm looking over and it could be something simple, but it sounds bad. I'm starting to lean away from the clutch idea because the clutch was replaced about 6 months ago. Nismo also was one of the ones who helped me do that, and if you see here, I mean, it's going into gear fine. Every gear goes in fine. The clutch feels normal, the pedal. So it's really windy out here. I apologize for the noise, but we have the tools down here. Hood popped again. Still not really sure what it could be. Gonna wait and get a professional opinion from Nismo. Nismo has arrived. So we got Nismo, the Nissan mechanic here, the expert. He has determined that the GTR has jump timing. He's going to do a compression test on the car, and we're going to see where that leads and see what we're going to do from there. I'm trying to keep the camera out of the wind here, but we decided against a compression test. He said it probably just really wasn't worth it because upon trying to crank it and trying to get the motor to start, it does turn over, but it makes the most god-awful sound. Definitely a lot of metal around, so the motor shot. It was a good run, girl. So what does all this mean? The car jumped timing, and you guys heard the sound whenever the car cut off. It sounded absolutely awful, all the metal hitting together and everything. And it sounded pretty much just like that whenever I tried to crank it up. So the valves and the pistons are probably all bent and jacked up. It is possible that a rebuild might be able to fix it. We'd have to really dig down in there and see. But also with the unique thing of being here with the military is I can only own 2 cars per licensed driver in our household. So now that one car's down, I have no way of getting back and forth to work, and if I'm going to be digging the motor apart and trying to diagnose what's wrong inside of it, the car's going to be down for a lot longer. If I can find a decently priced long block, Nismo and I and David can all get the motor in probably 3 days time frame, and I'll be up and running before the weekend's over. Not this weekend, obviously, because first I have to find a motor. But I'm off work for the next week on Christmas break, so hopefully I can find a motor, and maybe next weekend we can work on getting that in there. I did a little browsing for motors on the internet before we left the house, and I was on Yahoo Auctions Japan, which is a Japan-wide kind of eBay type thing. And most of the motors on there were full motors with the turbos, intake manifold, all that kind of stuff. And they were around 5 million to 4 million yen, so 5 million is around 4,300 US dollars. And that's pretty pricey, and that's really more than I want to spend. And I don't need all that extra stuff anyway. So what I'm looking for is just the long block with none of the accessories or anything like that. I wasn't able to find one right off the bat. I posted in a couple of the local Facebook pages, so hopefully something turns up here soon. The main thing I'm trying to do through this right now, though, is just to stay positive. Christmas is in 2 days, and I'm off for the holidays, and I don't want it to completely ruin my week off. It's kind of hard to remain positive through this, but it's something I'm going to do, and I figured I would continue the video and take you guys along with me to eat dinner. Tonight we are on our way to a place called Jin. It's pretty much a everything Japanese restaurant. They have sushi, they have ramen, soba, tempura, fried rice, all the good stuff. And this is where we will be dining. Jin. So we went ahead and ordered. I got the barbecue beef soba, Megan got some ramen, Mason's got some curry, and we also got a Godzilla roll, since we couldn't bring the real Godzilla. The Godzilla roll consists of crab meat, avocado, cream cheese, garlic chip, eel, teriyaki sauce, and wasabi mayo. It is absolutely delicious. Okay. Everybody has their food now. Megan's already dug into her ramen.
I'm hungry.
Mason's eating some of his chicken nuggets along with his curry and rice. And my barbecue beef soba, which looks amazing. With a little thing of white rice on the side. And the Godzilla roll. Soba and ramen are pretty similar, but the soba is usually bigger noodles and usually has a few more toppings and stuff like that in it. What does that mean in Japanese?
Akakazaimasu.
What does it mean?
Akakazaimasu.
It means thank you. And in Japan, it's okay to slurp your noodles. And have mouths full of chicken. I am stuffed. He's still eating just because he wants his ice cream, but we killed the dinner. Delicious food here. So we're gonna finish this one where we started, in the GTR. So I don't want to sound like all the other YouTubers out there right now, especially the car YouTubers. I know Evan Shanks and TJ Hunt are both friends. They both promote like a positive thing, which I think is kind of a thing on YouTube right now, and it's okay and it's good and I like it, but I don't want to fall in and sound like them. But for this video, it kind of does apply. Whenever stuff like this happens, you have to continue to be positive. You have to look at the bright side of things and not let these things get you down. As soon as it happened, of course, I was freaking out in my head. It may not have looked like it on camera. I try to remain calm and civilized on camera, but believe me, internally I was freaking out. It's Christmas time, I have time off work, I have time to spend with my family, and if I were to be negative about this and let this get me down, then that would just ruin the time that I'm gonna spend with my family as well, and it just wouldn't be a good holiday. But for now, I'm gonna continue to look for an RB26 long block for sale for a decent price. Hopefully I can find something the next few days. Once I find something and am able to purchase it, and I can get the motor to the auto hobby shop, I'm gonna call a tow truck. I'm gonna get the GTR towed from where it's at right now. Luckily, I broke down right in the parking lot of where I live, and I'm gonna get it towed to the hobby shop, and we'll spend a few days there replacing the motor. I'll be having Nismo and David help me out. They're both complete experts at the RB26 and Nissan, everything Nissan really. So you'll get to see a lot of them in the near future when we put the new motor in. Thank you all so much for the support on YouTube. It really does mean a lot. I know that I'm not alone right now in this little struggle. I know y'all are gonna feel it too. Of course, I'm gonna continue to put out videos. That's something that I'll never stop doing no matter what happens. I'll still try to make it out to car events. If I have to walk, get a rental car, or drive my wife's Evo out there, I'll still do my best to make it out to that while the GTR is down. And of course, like I said, you'll be seeing the complete motor swap on the GTR as soon as I can find a motor. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A little bit of a sad one, but I try to keep it positive. Please keep coming back for more. And as always, thanks for watching.